Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk Tri-State with Tiny and Katy.
Thanks so much, Andy, and welcome back to Let's Talk Tri-State, powered by Home Right Windows and Doors in Waynesboro, the right choice, winner of the 2024 Best of the Tri-State Award.
Our next guest today from the Downtown Business Council, we have Brittany Cocola, one of my favorite last names, and you are the downtown coordinator.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Again, love having you back here.
Thanks.
I do miss the purple dress with the purple hair.
I'll make note of that for next time.
And you have the Apple Fest coming up on Saturday. I know you've been really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. It is the biggest one we've had yet, so it has been an endeavor to get it all organized for this Saturday.
And Brittany had to correct me that it is not all Apple everything.
No.
Okay.
It's not all apples,
Right.
but we definitely have some apples featured. We actually have a new vendor who's bringing apple strudel. So if you're a fan of that, that is all he does. So we're excited about that one. I know that some of our other vendors like Falafel Shack, I know we talked about their pizzas, but they're actually going to be bringing out an apple pie dessert pizza specifically for Apple
Okay.
Fest.
That sounds great.
So I know a lot of our traditional vendors, they will be bringing some sort of apple option. Even the craft vendors tend to bring something that's either apple or fall oriented for the season that it is, and things that they maybe don't carry when we have them in July during Old Market Day.
And how much are tickets to the Apple Fest?
This is a free event.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, they do it upright with no charge. Yeah.
That's absolutely right. Yeah. So it is a free event. Thankfully, we have amazing sponsors with Sheets. And because of that sponsorship, we are able to offer this free of charge to the community. And we have a ton of activities, ton of performances, and everything that happens on the streets is all free of charge. I mean, vending, shopping, obviously,
Sure.
that part's not free. But to attend itself is completely free. Enjoy the day, walk the streets, and see everything that there is to have.
I know historically everyone has vendors that show up every year to different festivals that
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
that they gravitate toward. What is your favorite as far as food vendors goes?
Ooh,
for this event?
For this event, probably it's pulling. It's one of our smoked barbecue places.
Naturally,
Yeah.
yes.
I love pulled pork barbecue and that sort of thing. But for Old Market Day, they brought this. It was crab, or it was crab salad
dip or something.
It was
yeah.
a crab salad sandwich.
Okay.
The most amazing crab salad sandwich
Yum.
I've ever had. And they're going to be back. Holland Butts Barbecue. That's who it was.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. And they probably use apple wood for smoking, so it counts.
It might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think it'd have to count.
And anyone who has bacon,
Naturally.
Right,
Yeah.
of course.
All bacon is welcome. We're not.
Exactly. We are non-discriminatory against our bacon, even
Yes.
if you're not applewood smoked. It's okay.
The last time Brittany was here, we had a really interesting conversation. I did not realize how many art vendors and how much art there was in downtown
Yeah.
Chambersburg that people can really take advantage of.
Yeah. We have over 130 vendors joining us for this Apple Fest. And when I say vendors, most of them have to be handmade craft or artisan of some sort. And we have everything. We have some 3D printers, we have glass artists, we have clay. There's going to be some painting artists, that sort of thing, jewelry, you name it, it's going to be there. There's going to be an option for everybody. And then we have some of our dance troupes from town. They'll be performing on our stage on the Courthouse Plaza. I know that the keep saying CCT, the Chambersburg Community Theater, they're actually going to be doing their Rocky Horror Show later that night at the Capitol Theater. And there's just all kinds of great
Sounds like
things going on in the arts, both performative and physical visual arts.
And then once the Apple Festival kind of wraps up, what's the next thing that you're going to be gearing up toward?
The following week is then Trick or Treat on Main, which we kind of facilitate and encourage people to come down. It's the only real trick or treat officially that happens in downtown Chambersburg. So most of our streets, like our brick and mortar businesses downtown, they participate, and we encourage everyone to come. And we have a costume contest that happens on the Courthouse Plaza. That'll start around 1:15. Trick or treat is from 11 to 1 downtown on Main Street.
And then once we get past Halloween,
Yeah.
then we're going to start thinking about, because I know it seems early to start throwing this word out,
No.
but Christmas is going to be here before you know it.
It is. We're already in the process of prepping all of our Christmas lights in downtown Chambersburg. So that's something that we have the privilege of being a part of with the Downtown Business Council. We help create those lights that are in downtown that just makes it so magical for the holiday season. So the last few days, we've been working, I believe it was Bartlett Tree Service. They've been helping us, as well as some volunteers, to get all of the trees spick and span and replacing lights and everything, because November 23rd is our Christmas parade, believe it or not.
Don't we know it?
Yes,
It's only 3 weeks after we have Halloween and trick or treat. We're having our Christmas parade and kicking off the holiday season officially in downtown Chambersburg.
And what is that the same night that you're going to be lighting the tree?
Yes.
Okay.
So Santa comes along and he closes out our parade, and with his magical touch turns on all of the lights downtown.
You got to love that.
It's
man,
so warming.
He has the best job in the world. He really does.
He really does.
I think we have the second best job, but he certainly takes the cake for sure, or the cookie, as it were. Yeah.
Many cookies.
Yeah, you better believe it. Why do you think I said he has the best job in the world?
There you
I mean,
go.
let's face it, you can light all the trees that you want, but when you get a plate full of peanut butter cookies at every house you visit,
Oh, there you go.
we're good.
I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit here, Brittany, to the Downtown Business Council.
Yeah.
What is a benefit of being a member of the? Do you call it the DBC?
We do call it the
Okay.
DBC. Yeah. One of the biggest, easy to show membership benefits that we have is anyone who has their brick and mortar in town, which is essentially how you become a member anyway. They get to come out into our festivals free of charge. So we do have to charge an admission, or not an admission fee, an application fee for those who are vending with us, but then our business members who are part of the DBC, they get to come out and kind of expand their shop or use their space how they want to. I know Black and Blush, they use it kind of like their man cave, if you will, while they encourage the wives and girlfriends to go shop inside.
Which is brilliant,
It is.
by the way.
It
Very
is.
good, yeah.
Brussels sets up a little mini cafe on the outside, so there's more seating, so it's not so crowded inside. There's lots of different options that our member businesses use to utilize that space for them. A lot of them bring out sale items that are just for that day. So not only will you see, again, the 130 vendors, which, by the way, 30% of them are brand new. So if you've come to Applefest before and you're like, oh, but what's going to be new? Like 30% of it is going to be new that you've never seen in downtown Chambersburg before.
Now, do you have a geographic area that you cover? I know downtown.
Yeah. So we're on Main Street from King to Washington. So that's 3 full blocks of downtown Chambersburg Main Street. We also take over the Rosedale parking lot, which is right beside Avocado Cafe and leads to where our North Square Farmers Market is down by Chambersfort Park, which is where the waterfall and the wheel are in that area. And then we also take about a block of Lincoln Way East and a block of Lincoln Way West. All of our community partners are going to be there. We have 30 of them this year, which is the most we've ever had. It's amazing to incorporate some of our local nonprofits and community partners, people who are serving the community, just like your former guest was here. They'll be joining us at Applefest as well. So yeah, and then all of our food trucks will go up Lincoln Way East. So it's about 5 or so city blocks worth of space that is just packed to the brim. And then we have the Courthouse Plaza, which is where we'll have entertainment from 9 a.m. till 3.
Well, now, you just gave us the geographic parameters, the perimeter, I should say, of Apple Harvest. But now, when it comes to being a member of the DBC, is it basically the same area?
Yes and no. For some of the benefits, like coming outside of your brick and mortar store, it obviously helps if you're right on Main Street. There are some accommodations that we have given to others in the past where you can come down. It obviously won't be right in front of your store. Like the Chambers Apothecary, they are technically a member even though they're not right on our festival area. But a lot of people tend to like just being a part of what we're doing. And our membership fees are very minimal, especially for our nonprofits. things like that, to just be involved in the things that we're doing.
Well, let's say there were a business on, say, Walker Road.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you might say, well, technically it doesn't qualify, or would they be welcome to come in?
It depends on what they're looking for as far as the membership benefits that we have and what they're looking to get out of it. If it's just to become a part of our organization and to help facilitate the things that we're doing and have some sort of presence potentially, we're absolutely open to seeing that. It's not like we are just Main Street.
Right,
only.
that's what I was wondering and trying to drill in on is that, and then what are, not counting Apple Festival, what are the benefits of being a member of the DBC for a business? If a business is listening or watching, they say, okay, that sounds great for Apple Apple Festival, that's awesome, but what about just every other day of the year? Why should I join the DBC?
So we've actually implemented we're calling it our welcoming committee, but it's essentially just a committee for our member businesses that have block captains and things like that, where there's this kind of like a hominess where if you need a little extra help or you want to throw ideas of what sales are working for you, what's going on this time of year, is there something that you're doing that I can piggyback on? It's more of a collaborative effort. And because our organization, we are member-based, so even our initiatives that we do are kind of started by our members, like they suggest something and then we kind of run with it. So because we have that, there's a lot of collaboration that can happen from one business to another that maybe they wouldn't ordinarily have that connection. Like they might be side by side, but whether it is language barriers that are an issue, and there's lots of languages that are spoken in downtown.
We're still also trying to figure out Katy's.
I knew it.
So if you have any help there, it'd be great.
I don't know if I have any help with that one in particular. I haven't gone to Katy 101 yet, so
Neither
no
has
one
she.
has. No one has. I'm still learning it myself.
But also creating like some of our members are fantastic with Facebook or social media. So if you're not so great with that, here's a resource for
Which
it.
is so
it's
important.
A great networking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's networking, but it feels more approachable as far as networking goes, and it's tangible. Like I need help with this particular thing. Okay, I have exactly the person to do that. So all of our benefits, or all of our members, can benefit from each other and the knowledge that they each bring.
Brittany, you live in Chambersburg.
I do, yeah.
And you've been there for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite thing about living in Chambersburg?
I love the diversity, honestly. There's so much from our residents to our food options, our clothing options, everything. There truly is something for just about everyone to enjoy in downtown. And I love seeing that. Like I went to school in Richmond, which is huge,
Yeah, okay.
you know. And it's obviously not to that scale, but there's tastes of it that I truly admire and love about that, and it's all within walking distance. It's all approachable.
And you can get some really good food, visit some really cool places, have a nice overnight stay.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's things for just about everyone, like I said, but even every price point. Like we have our thrift stores all the way up to our more selective boutiques. You know, there's something to accommodate every walk of life to some extent.
What landed you in Chambersburg? You said you grew up in Richmond. So what?
I didn't grow up there. I went to school there, so that's where I went to college.
Okay, gotcha.
I actually lived outside of Gettysburg, so I've always been in
Kind
the
of local,
area.
sure.
Yeah, but work actually brought me here.
There you go.
And ended up loving it and have stayed ever since.
It doesn't sound like you consider it work, which
No,
is great.
I don't.
Because we feel the same.
She's so happy. She loves what she does.
I do.
You're
I
a
love
great
what
presence.
I do. Oh, thank you.
We've been so fortunate with, this is now we're entering our second week of Let's Talk Tri-State, and I cannot think of an exception to this. Everyone is so passionate about what they do. And I think if there's any reason, I can only speak for me, but if there's any reason why I would want to continue to do this show, it's that very reason, because everyone who's done it is so passionate about it. They just love what they do. We can just sit back and everyone
Ask
just
the
talk.
questions and you just go,
Well, and it's contagious.
Yes,
absolutely.
You know, that excitement and desire to do the things that you're doing. It's contagious.
In our last minute here, plug your website. How can people find you?
Yeah. Well, for our events, we have Facebook pages for each individual one. So we do have a Facebook event page up for Apple Fest. So if there's specific information, our map isn't up yet. because I still have some last minute vendors coming in. But that should be posted before Saturday anyway. And we have our website at discoverchambersburg.com. So if you're interested in becoming a DVC member, if you're a member, like if you're a business in Chambersburg, downtown Chambersburg, that's where you can find applications, as well as being a part of everything from Applefest to our Christmas parade coming up. Applications for all of those things are available on our website.
Thanks, Britt.
Thank
We
you.
love having you here.
Thank you for
Come back
having
and
me.
see us
It's
again,
great.
okay?
Absolutely.
Coming up, we're going to take another look at news and sports, and it's all powered by the DRB Group, the right partner for your real estate development.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.